welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the test server and we are looking at the awakened version of Solise, guys. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to do the bountiful trials. We're going to test her out within the guild trials, see exactly how well she performs within different stages. Again, test her out a little bit. I really like doing the test trials of her. Now, a couple of things that we don't know, guys, is number one, is she going to work without being built? Meaning that if you unlock one copy of her, is she going to work? Is she going to be viable? Which again, with that, only time will tell when we start building her out. Is she going to require signature item? Is she going to require the furniture? Is she going to require the engraving? Again, we're going to have to see how the viability of this works and see exactly what we need to kind of build her out. Again, this is just kind of a general test that we do with the hero. Guild trials, we can go ahead, we can set this in here. I set it to 500, which is what, 140? Usually we want about 140. You know what, I'm going to go 160 on this one. Let's go 160 and see what she does, just because she is support. And looking at some of the teams, guys, now remember, she is a very strong support hero. Again, we're going to have to see. It's interesting to me how they set up the battles within the guild trials. I know she has damage mitigation, so being up front might make a pretty big difference. And a lot of the heroes in here we do have completely maxed out. But I want to take some of these off here because I think in a wilder combination, I think she is going to work incredibly well. Also, we kind of have to gauge where her damage is going to come in. So let me just remove these guys, because if not, we're going to get the bunch of errors saying we already have these heroes in formation. And that's not what we want. So looking here, guys, we know we have crowd control with Falks, which kind of sucks right off the bat. We have it with Nara in here. This one, we could have a possibility. Now, remember, guys, she has mitigation, so we're going to have a damage dealer in here, which I'm thinking someone like Raku within this formation to really do a little bit of damage. We have crowd control, and we have crowd control. Then with Raku, of course, a little bit of damage. You know what? Let's go ahead and put a star in here. I could see this being a pretty decent one. We can put kind of whatever we want in here. There is a couple, like Barricade I think would work. Waistband would probably work. We can play around with these artifacts kind of all day, but I want to see kind of how the build. So we know she casts that little sprite right up front, which definitely like, so there's the ultimate ability. And I want to kind of gauge her damage first. See, 84,135,000. And that's what I was kind of feeling is her damage going to be to the point of the possibility of being a damage dealer? Also, a lot of people said when it comes to her having, you know, multiple abilities to ult, so putting something on her like the call, allowing her again to ult much faster might be interesting. Another combination that a lot of people talked about was possibly doing like an Ulna Grez type combination with her being the support. So we know a lot of times in here we have Silas, a lot of times in here we have Desira, a couple different formations. And again, I'm just kind of working around some of the meta formations that we do see within here. I'm going to go with some crowd control for Pharrell and Oden. Again, just kind of playing around with her, seeing. So right off the bat, guys, that water sprite comes up. Now this little water sprite is going to take damage. That's one thing to remember, guys. And look at her. I want to see the energy regeneration here, because it seemed like when we tested her earlier, like it was just kind of ult after ult after ult. But look at that, guys. 77 million damage, 111 million healing. That's pretty solid for the amount of healing. And again, thinking of a couple other heroes, guys, like running Aziz in here. Again, just for that energy battery kind of in there. Running possibly like an Awakened Taylene in here, I could see working incredibly well. Possibly Orthos, maybe Super Psycho here. A little more reliant on her damage. So putting a little bit more intensity on the ultimate abilities and getting her to ult. And I want to see she is. So Orthos ults, which freezes time. Solise, of course, it was the strongest hero in here. So she continued to move through Orthos's ult, which is pretty cool, guys. 161 million, 131 million. Wow. again, as a support hero, this is kind of why we test. Even let's go out of here, guys. You know what? Let's put this up. Let's say another 20 levels and just see. Oh, yeah, it saved our formation. I just want to see the variation of being 20 levels higher. There's her little water sprite. There's the alt, and I just want to see the healing, guys. She is keeping everybody up. She's keeping everyone full. Wow. 142 million damage, or 142 million healing, and she did the most damage within the formation. So, I mean, she's competing kind of hand in hand with Oden in the formation. And she's support, guys. That's pretty solid. Let me see. And again, it kind of, you have Awakened Tailene in here, and then you have Solise, or the two real main damage dealers within this formation. Again, I know Orthos because she's still going to be able to ult. And she is putting out a lot of healing. You'll notice her ults are not going quite as fast, but she is still ulting, guys. That ult is huge. That is a lot of time, and she does go right back into it. And of course, we got to deal with Ullard in here. But look at the HP of the heroes, guys. Look at the damage they are putting out here. Guys, Ullard is just broke. When you look at a lot of the heroes in here, we'll probably lose this one. Because for some reason, you can just never get through his stupid shield, which there we go. I think she got all 5 kills in there. Look at that. It's pretty crazy to see, honestly. All right, let's try our Ninja Turtle. Again, we have some crowd control in here. Of course, she has her own mitigation as well. And I thought this formation, like Raku, would do a lot of damage just because we have a lot of crowd control going on. 122, 175. So with the amount of crowd control, still doing incredible, guys. But look at that. 106 million healing. Wow. That is crazy. That it's crazy. Trying to think of some of the, I mean, Charizard formation, possibly running a Khazard and a Mahira. Again, I'm just kind of thinking a hero like this, like if we're running Zolrath within this formation, again, not ideal, but let's throw like a Leica in here. I'm thinking just Zolrath with the super fast. Remember, guys, she has that cheat death, and she has that cheat death twice. Yeah, I didn't think this formation would work at all within here. Let's go to the last one. There we go. So now we have some pretty good targets here. We know Khazard's going to go down pretty quick. I want to see her healing. There we go, guys. So there's the ult. And look at how long she ults for, guys. That is incredible. So healing goes full. We got the little water sprite up there, and she's healing that little water sprite up pretty quick. Even there, guys, she's going to ult again. Now she's got 2 of the little sprites up. There's the little flower that turns into the sprite. I know Rigby really tough to kill in this one. But that's pretty solid. Wow. That's pretty cool to see the abilities that she has. And again, I'm just kind of playing around with the formations again. In here, I feel like if we had, let's throw some crowd control in here with the Awakened Disease. Now you're taking Gwen out of this entirely. She's just burning down targets, guys. I can see some her being used in some meta formations. Look at that. 129 million, 63 million healing. That seems pretty solid. I wonder even a hero like Arthur that is going to boost her defense. Possibly even throwing a little more crowd control in here, a little bit of survivability. Again, kind of just playing around with formations, guys. I like the aura from Arthur on her. Look at that, guys. The energy burn of Oden. This is the reason why Oden is just absolutely broken, guys, with the energy burn. But look at it, guys. There's the ult. And she ults so long, it just burns everyone down. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Guys, I have to honestly say, looking at all the different heroes, because look at the healing, guys. 306 million healing. That's just incredible. Looking on there, that's incredible for her to be a support hero. Yeah, that's broke, guys. She doesn't even have an artifact here. I mean, if you're putting some of these healing artifacts on here that are going to increase her haste, her healing received, and then of course, you know, more healing off of this, again, that's just going to be pretty broken. Even here, guys, this is going to pump up her healing even further than what we've already been seeing. And then, of course, guys, her attack, she has a very, look at that, everybody goes to full. She is just pumping out the damage. She's still ulting. And look, she landed on the ground, she casted once, it is right back to ulting. Wow. And this doesn't even have full tree with a little bit more haste. That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible in these formations, guys. There isn't really much else to say within the formations. Then again, in here, guys, again, we don't have artifacts. So even if we did want the call, and she has a similar ability, kind of like the Tide Bearer, or excuse me, like this, where it bounces the water orbs, which again is just going to make it stronger. It's going to make it that much better when you look at the build of the heroes. Of course, this one we know is a pretty big burn. Leonardo went down early in this one. Still, there's the mitigation. I want to see if we can get her to ult. The burn teams are tough, guys. There we go. So there's the ult. Look how long it is, guys. Wow. And even Leonardo went down super fast in this one. But look at it. 576 million, 257 million healing. That it's absolutely just sick how much she is doing. It's crazy. Even there, some crit with, of course, haste. Yeah, I mean the damage and healing is just through the roof. Look, she just burns down everybody. 122, 175, but look at that, 106 million healing. Wow. Again, I can see her being in a lot of meta formation. Cursed Realm, Twisted Realm, probably a bunch of them. Wilder Tower, she is just going to crush. 94, 142. Wow. All right, guys, so that'll do it for the test day. Again, we're looking at what, 180 level deficiency, which is kind of pushing it. We could probably even go 200 and see where it kind of lands, but it seems pretty crazy with the awakened version of Solise, guys. Very, very cool to see her build. Again, it's going to be crazy with the amount of damage. That was kind of the initial concern, was how much damage is she going to put out in comparison to how much healing. But looking here, guys, I remember even the awakened version of Thane and Brutus not quite doing as much damage as we're seeing here, and her healing is just super steroid amplified. So guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think, and as always, thank you guys for watching.